every single human being in life get depressed just because they don't know how to deal with their own problems. But they just don't understand of the fact that challenges are a part of life. In life, problems and happiness comes equally. So that's why I made this video where I'll be breaking down into 7 different methods on how an individual can deal with their own problems and eventually solving them. Coming up. Look down on a problem. Sometimes the problem we are trying to solve isn't the real problem at all. It could be a symptom and not the cause. In order to solve a problem, you may need to take the perspective of looking down on it. From a different vantage point, you may discover that the problem we have focused on is in fact part of a bigger problem, one which would require a completely different approach. Before attempting to put a solution in place, seek out the real problem. Once you understand the problem in its entirety and context, only then you can determine the best course of action. Mistakes happen. Problem solving and making mistakes often go hand in hand. Sometimes, in order to find the best solution to a given problem, we have to go through 100 bad solutions first. Thomas Edison was a master of this process. For every invention he developed, he made 1,000 tries at things that did not work. The most important thing here is to remember that mistakes are okay. Don't get discouraged. Don't get frustrated. Use the mistakes as stepping stones to get to the desired solution. If you have gone through 100 options to no avail, you have found 100 ways not to do something rather than 100 failures. Be open-minded. An old saying goes, if the only tool you have is a hammer, everything becomes a nail. The way you have done things in the past may not always work for all situations. A hammer may be good for prying nails out of wood and plunging them into the wood, but you should not use a hammer to pick up leaves or to unscrew a rusty board. There are better tools for these things. In life, I find there are often many solutions to a given problem. Some are more effective than others. Some are more appropriate than others. When faced with difficult problems, do not assume you know the answer from the start. Don't jump to conclusions. Stop for a second and take time to understand what the problem or question is truly about before even applying it to a solution or an answer. Be open at all possibilities. Do not presume everything is a nail. Challenge your assumptions. As you progress, be mindful of the answers you have obtained and assumptions you have made. I tend to jump to conclusions too fast. Slow down. We all make assumptions to try and hasten our progress. Ensure they are logically consistent and make sense. Mistakes do happen, so check, recheck and check again. You do not want to develop or depend on a solution made upon incorrect answers and assumptions. When you are satisfied with a solution, don't forget to test it under various conditions and not just the most likely scenarios. Only with rigorous testing can you be sure your solution meets the initial requirements. Keep emotions in check. Emotions or stress can sometimes affect our thinking and judgment. Do not let these cloud your mind. In most cases, problems are best dealt with logically. Try adopting a rational mindset and let your mind govern your actions. In your mind, go through what the problem is and then identify the steps which are required to resolve the situation before taking action. If you find you are too mentally charged, pause for a moment and let yourself calm down first. Sit back for the challenge and maybe give it another day. Focus on the end game. This is like visualizing the solution. Remember those tracing games someone would give you when you were younger, like a maze for example? Problem solving is about getting from one state to another state. This is known as traversing the solution path. Sometimes getting from the start state to the end state is not as immediately obvious as seeing how the end state can come from the start state. In many ways, this is like navigating using a map. We can either trace a path from where we are to where we want to go, or we can start from the destination and work backwards. In many cases, I find it usual to focus on the end state and then work backwards. As I get to the familiar territory, I can then relate the solution to the path. Finally, I would end this video by saying that always be honest and realistic. One of the key risks we have in problem solving is believing in solution more than the facts revealed. There are judgments to be made based upon the information you have at hand or you can readily discover. We need to be honest with ourselves and ideas. It is okay to take a leap of faith. Not all solutions visualized can be expressed in facts and figures. There is a value in judgment. Taking a solution too seriously or personally, though, may cause us to skip the rigor and testing. That too is a decision. When is enough testing enough? This is not a debate on beliefs. We are talking about stressing realism and well-grounded analysis during the whole process of problem solving. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Also share it with your friends so that they can also understand the metrics of how to solve problems in real life in 7 different methods. And also please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, make sure you are always stay tuned to our channel and listening to all our videos that we will be posting every Monday and Friday. Thank you.